Ashley, and I want to show you all how to use the Zofran Pump. There weren't any videos on YouTube when we started this, and I'm really scared of needles, so I think this will be helpful. So first thing you do is, I always start out, and you get a package like this from whatever home health company you have. I always start out by cleaning the site that I'm going to use to give it time to dry while I get everything else together. So you'll see I've got all these little... Okay, and then I will actually mark the spot that I'm going to do the site in. And then I'll go ahead and get the tubing ready. So this is what it looks like. You'll get the package, you open it up, there's, where you put your site in. What?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So in the package, you have your tubing that is going to attach to the site. And then this is the needle with the catheter that you'll put in. And I have no idea what this piece does or why it's there, but I've never used it, so could be missing out. So after I've cleaned the spot while it's drying, and it doesn't take very long, but originally when we started doing this it wouldn't stick, and I think it's because we were letting it take too long. And sometimes when you get these, they will be almost too full to fit in, so I always kind of squirt out just a little bit so that it fits. So I go ahead and you just push on it barely, and you'll see that it starts to come out here. I just set that down while I put in my site. And this really isn't very painful. There's definitely times where you hit a spot that it hurts. But for the most part, it typically doesn't. And I'm really squeamish with needles. I hate them, but you just get used to them, and I would much rather have to endure 5 seconds of pain than have to take those nasty dissolvable ODT tablets. Okay, so I'm going to pinch the skin like this and put it in right where, and you'll see that's it. Super easy, so I make sure it's good and attached. Sometimes it'll still sting a little bit when it's like this. Right now I don't feel anything. So you just pinch it, you pinch the sides, and you pull it out. And so the needle comes out, and this part stays in. It's a little catheter. And like I said, right now I'm pushing on it, I don't feel anything. So now what I'm going to do, and you could have attached this beforehand so you're ready to clasp it on. This is what I do to avoid it stinging, because you'll see when I attach this to it, whenever I clamp it in, sometimes extra medicine will squirt out. It takes a lot of preload. If you're hearing noises, it's because I have a 2.5-year-old. So you'll see when I clamp this in, extra medicine comes out, and sometimes that does sting. So I always get this together before I put it on. So you just clamp it in. You want to make sure that this part is straight up and down, because there's a little sensor here, and you want to make sure that this is going in. You'll know when it fits. It just kind of clasps in there. So you take the little arm, you turn it around, and it clamps down and holds that in place. So then you just go through, I always know to purge. Yes, yes. And then once you get it.
Oh, Daddy.
Hold on just a second, Henry. So then I push this on, and you'll hear it click, and then you can kind of tug just a little bit and move it, and that's how you know that it's on there pretty good. Sorry. And I hit yes, start infusion, and you're good. And then I like to wear the case. Oops. I displaced the syringe when I put it in. That happens. just go back, reconnect it, and hit stop. It'll say check syringe or syringe displaced. Sometimes you just have to turn it around. There we go. And I've been doing this now for over 3 months. I'm 24 weeks now, so you get good at it and you don't freak out when it beeps at you. You just figure it out. I've had occlusions and things like that, but you just troubleshoot with your nurse and it's fine. So I carry it like that. I find it's easier. This sometimes does get caught on things, but I've only ever had this thing jerk out once, and it was because my laptop case hit this and kind of pulled it out. So so you're good. Tips for this would be to put in a new syringe before you go to bed so that you don't have to, it doesn't have to go off in the middle of the night. Check your battery before you go to bed, things like that. Other than that, it's pretty easy and it's made our lives so much better. And I'm actually, I'm 23 weeks now, and so I should be off it this week. So I hope that this helps you.